Channel 31 acknowledges the traditional custodians of the land on which this episode was filmed, the Boon peoples, and pay our respect to the elders past and present. We extend those respects to the Wurundjeri peoples of the Kulin Nation, the land on which the Channel 31 studios are based. Last episode on Rediscover Victoria. We visited Bass River Winery, took in the sights and some lunch at the Kilcunda Ocean View Hotel, and ended the day with a penguin parade at sunset. Hi, I'm Annie Louey. Welcome to another episode of Rediscover Victoria. We're in the South Gippsland region and we are open for business. Today we're headed out to do so many activities and I hope you'll join me. Let's go. After spending the night on Phillip Island, we're making our way back to the mainland and heading about 40 minutes east to the Wonthaggi State Coal Mine. Operating from 1909 to 1968, the State Coal Mine produced almost 17 million tonnes of coal for Victoria's industries and railways. Now managed by Parks Victoria, the State Coal Mine site has been lovingly restored by the local community for tours. I'm about to journey back in time to discover what life was like working in a coal mine in the 1900s. You know the drill by now. Safety first. We're going down into a very small space, into where they used to mine for coal, and then we're going to take the train back because we're too lazy to use the stairs. She asked us if any of us were claustrophobic, and we're not. Fun fact, I've been to the border of North Korea where it's really, really tight, so this should be a breeze. The State Coal Mine and the town of Wonthaggi were established in 1909 to supply coal for the Victorian railways. Beginning as a makeshift tent town, Wonthaggi quickly grew to the thriving town we know today. The coal deposits at the site are estimated to be more than 150 million years old, and the tunnels of the mine total nearly 5,000 kilometres, forming an underground ring around the town of Wonthaggi. We're about to meet up with our guide Catherine, who will be giving us the grand tour. Alright, we're about to go underground. Going through the gate, we've got a special guided tour. Mind your head, everyone, especially our producer, Lauren.
So we're now in like the original part. The first bit we've walked in has been obviously...
We're now underground in the tunnel. It is pretty deep. It's about 60 metres, and the only point of reference I have in my mind is the Parliament train station in Melbourne, which I think is 80 metres, so it's pretty far down. If you're going to come here, wear good footwear and don't walk backwards like our cameraman is. So Mike, you might want to turn around. Ooh, check out this contraption. This is a device that they used to communicate with because it's so narrow here. A skip would come along and take the coal back up. So you've got to tell people, get out of the way. They jump into these manholes when you hear this sound. Pretty cool. Just another reminder to watch your heads, everyone.
You cannot. But it wasn't bad.
Yes.
Oh, careful of your head here.
Yeah, watch out. Fair enough. Mindful. Is that where they put their lunch?
No, well, in theory.
It looks kind of like an esky.
It's a toilet.
Same thing.
You're welcome to sit on it if you like. It's not original.
Yeah, I'll do it, man. How would they? Okay. This is one of the most modern features of this tunnel. It's a crapper. So you would go, open the lid, you do your business. I don't know what the handles are for, maybe if you're having a really intense time. And once you're done, you just shut the lid and nature takes care of the rest. I'm sitting at the manager's desk down in the mine. We've seen some of the shafts and the skips that they use. And here is a canary, not a real life one, but similar to what they would have used to test the air quality down here. They actually did take canaries down into the mines because they were very good at detecting gases that we can't smell. And here is the first aid kit that they would have used and all the forms they have to fill out. So leave me in my office and I'll get back to you later. La 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 la, working very hard, doing a typey thing in a coal mine.
Yeah.
So little shovels were not for little people, they were for little tunnels.
Oh, little tunnels.
So that's how small some of them got. And they'd be, one of the volunteers, he actually was a miner, and he would tell me he would actually be like laying on his stomach and shoulder to floor. That's how narrow it was, yeah.
We might be deep inside the mine, but I still don't know where coal comes from.
So think of it like a burger patty.
Yep.
You've got different types of stone, and then the coal is one part of the burger.
Oh, good. I like that analogy.
Okay,
that
sure.
I can understand.
Okay, sure. I'm sure.
What's this thing?
So that was a drill. So you can see here.
What's on the end of it though? Like a giant, like multi-tool.
That's to drill into the stone here.
Would you use it with your hand?
No, it would go into.
Oh, fair enough.
It would go into that. That would then go into the stone, and then they'd loosen it because obviously they'd still have to try and get stone out to get to coal. So some days they might not get any coal. They're just trying to get to it, and then in theory that's a day they don't get paid.
Oh gee.
Yeah, they got paid.
What a tough life.
It was, yeah, and they got paid for the amount of coal they took out, not per hour.
And finally, the low roof got our last crew member, Nick.
I'm just going to film
Are you happy with everything you've got? So
everyone's
far?
heads. Everyone's foreheads. Ow!
Does anyone not hit their head?
Now it's time to get back to the surface.
Our tour is done. We're going to take the lazy way out by riding this drift car. Are you ready to ride with me? Let's go. Toot toot.
Sorry, 3 for up.
So many fun noises. We're gonna shoot ourselves out of this mine at a slow and steady pace, safely. It's just like the old days.
I did say slow and steady.
Here it comes. We're exiting into daylight. Sweet. Is this the part where you put your arms up? Woo! It's really, really loud down there. This is nice. This is cruisy. I could do this all day. That was a bit intense. They even made a little platform. It's just like a train station.
We've had a grand time here at the Wonthaggi State Coal Mine, and I am really thirsty because I did a lot of work down there. So let's head off and grab a quick beer after the break.
Whilst filming Rediscover Victoria, our crew travelled in style thanks to Harriet the Kombi, where the dream and possibility of driving a Volkswagen Kombi has become a reality. Our team of Volkswagens are here for you to experience the joy and magic of a Kombi ride for all purposes, including camping, weddings, marketing, photo shoots and more. When you think of a Kombi, you can't help but smile, and the experience of a Kombi trip is once in a lifetime. For inquiries or to book your next Kombi, head to hireakombi.com.
The Burra Brewing Co is a microbrewery where you can stop in for some freshly brewed beers and delicious wood-fired pizza. I'm on my way in now to chat with owner Phil.
Phil, thank you so much for having us. What is your role here?
My current role is here as General Manager, so I manage the venue as an owner and a director in the business, so yeah, I work here hands-on, bit of everything.
Fabulous.
Helping out anywhere I can.
Phil, what made you love beer so much that you wanted to start this?
That's a dangerous question. I've always enjoyed beer. Yeah, I made beer while I was a teenager and always enjoyed it. I enjoyed the aspects of creating something and letting people taste it and enjoy it, so it's similar to cooking a good product. It's just a hobby that I always had, and the hobby quickly became an obsession, and an obsession become a business. So,
Were you making it yourself just for friends and family?
Yeah, I was. So yeah, I had you find plenty of mates pretty quick when you've got a batch of beer that you've whipped up.
Yeah.
So, myself as a guy who loved making beer, come together with my mate and my brother, and we sort of created this company.
Tell me about what we're seeing here, because this is the centerpiece of the brewery.
It is. This is our 15-hect brew house, so 1,500 litre batches. It's a 3-vessel system by Spark in Melbourne. This is where all the magic happens. And our fermenters here are we run 215s and 230 hect fermenters, so yeah.
You've got 4 here, so you can do 4 different brews at a time?
Yep, we can run 4 different beers through at a time. They'll sit in there and do their thing.
For someone who doesn't know much about beer, can you tell me a bit about the process? Because I see you've got something over there.
Yeah, so that's our grain. We use Australian grain. We mash it up and we put it in this tank here and we create what's called a mash. So think of it like a bit of a porridge, and we make a mix up, and that's where the sugars start coming and the magic happens.
How long does it take from start to finish?
On brew day, we're about 6 hours, 7 hours from start to finish. So
does it get pretty messy around here?
It does, yeah. It gets pretty hot and steamy and messy. We don't brew while we're open.
And you're open 3 days a week?
Yeah, we currently open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we're very busy over the weekends with lots of tourist trade. So we tend to sort of stick to the busy days. Speaking
of cans, you've got one on your shirt.
Yes.
Tell me about the marketing and what the images mean.
So Burra, we're in Korumburra in South Gippsland. Burra's a common name for the town, so everyone sort of calls things Burra this or that. We chose Burra as a name because it sort of puts a place to our brewery. And the tree is a One Tree Hill, which is just down the road, because we are in the rolling hills of South Gippy. So all the locals sort of know that tree.
And speaking of events, you've got plenty of things that you can do right here on special days of the year.
Yeah, we do. We normally run an Oktoberfest each year.
Do people get dressed up?
Yeah, they get dressed up, have a bit of fun. We run some competitions.
Do you get into costume as well?
Yeah, I do, reluctantly.
What's your chosen attire?
I put on the Lederhosen, but yeah, it's not something
I can see it now.
I'm not pleased to do it, but I do it because it's fun. And yeah, we do some fun games and things like that. We normally have a big Australia Day, New Year's and all those sorts of things. So, and in the past we've always ran a bit of live music as well on Sundays and things like that.
Amazing. So, you've got food here as well in the kitchen. Tell me about your menu.
We're a wood fire oven pizza bar basically. We don't get too adventurous. There's nothing beats wood fire oven and pizza, so they go hand in hand. So we make good fresh wood fire pizzas, and we just stick to the same recipes, and people love it. We use local growers for our veggies and things like that, so it keeps it all fresh. And
before we head down to the bar, I do want to know what that giant hose is behind you.
That's just it's nothing too special, Annie. It's just a product hose.
Is that how the beer comes out?
Yeah. Well, it takes the beer from the brew deck once you finish brewing and puts it across to these tanks. So it's a big hose to be drinking beer out of, but it's not something that we encourage.
I was hoping you'd just put it straight into my mouth. Well, thanks, Phil. After all this chat, I'm really ready for a drink. I'm not going to make you feed me from a hose, so let's go downstairs to the bar.
Cool. Let's do it.
Let's get stuck into some beers, Phil. What have you got to show me?
Let's start with our pale ale. Why not? Our pale ale is our most popular beer that we sell by far.
I love a pale ale.
It's pretty tasty. So
sounds good.
It's a recipe we've never played with.
You've never played with this recipe?
No, we've made it and we stick to it and we leave it as it is because it's too nice and it's not worth playing around with. So it's a nice beer.
Lovely, thank you.
No worries. Enjoy.
That is so refreshing. I would drink that on a summer's day anytime, actually. It goes down really well. Do you sell this as tinnies that people can take away as well?
Yeah, sure do. Yeah, we sell piles of it. It's in plenty of bottle shops, that's for sure.
Oh, really? Yeah. Where do you stock?
So we're like in lots of IGAs and Foodworks and places like that. What's next is I'll give you a taste of our lager. So our lager is our second most popular beer at the moment. It's a nice refreshing lager. It's 5%, so it's nice, but it goes down well on a hot summer's day. A lot easier than a pale probably. So
I like that one. I think the pale's still my favourite though, so I'm siding with the general public at the moment. And what would you like to end on? Would you like to try our dark beer? Yes.
How about trying our dark beer? We've been known to convert a few non-beer drinkers to try something different. So dark beers have a lot of roasted notes. It's not too over the top, but yeah, this one's available in cans all over the place, and it's quite tasteful as well.
Yeah, that roasty flavour really comes through.
Yeah.
Which one's your favourite, by the way?
Oh, look, the dark ale and the pale ale are probably my two. I don't drink a lot of the dark ale, but I tend to, if it's a cold winter's day.
Oh yeah, I can see that, so. Yeah. These are all great, and I noticed that behind us is the menu for the wood-fired pizza, so I reckon I'm gonna have to sit down and get something to have with this beer.
Excellent.
Cool, cheers.
Cheers.
Phil has agreed to teach me how to pour a beer, so I've got some tips from him. What's your top tip?
Just let that little bit come through the tap before you actually start pouring. Okay. Otherwise you could end up with a big pile of foam first. So there's your pie, Annie.
I've got the Session IPA here.
Keep the glass on an angle and tap on, glass in. Straighten her up when you're ready to finish it off. Turn the tap off.
How's that?
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. It's pretty good. I think that's a 10 out of 10 from Phil. He just doesn't want to admit it. Will you hire me?
Yeah, sure.
Sick.
You busy this weekend?
Yeah, doing this.
Oh well.
This smells so amazing. I couldn't decide which pizza to get, so I've gone for two. This one is the lamb souvlaki, and over here is the pumpkin and feta. And I know it's a lot, but I gotta get this done because the crew are about to devour all of this. This is so delicious. When I dig in, it's not gonna be pretty, so you're gonna wanna turn the cameras off. Oh, that's good. That's really good pizza. I said turn it off. Get out of there.
The epic road trip continues down the absolutely stunning Inverloch Coastal Drive. We're on our way to check out some hidden spots.
We've left Wonthaggi, we're on our way to Inverloch, but I've just found a secret cove here. It's called Shack Bay, and I've been told that back in the day surfers would go out, they'd do their surfing, then they'd return to their shacks for a little bit of special me time, maybe with a friend. There's so many secret places here. Let's see what else we can find.
If you continue on the coastal drive a few kilometres north, you'll find another beautiful spot at Eagle's Nest.
There it is, the Eagle's Nest. Doesn't it look just like it? No, it doesn't really. It eroded over many years, and now it's a bit different. It's still impressive though.
The crew and I are going to stop for a bit to take in the coast. We'll be heading to Inverloch after the break. See you then.
Whilst filming Rediscover Victoria in South Gippsland, our crew chose to stay at the Inverloch Glamping Co, a unique Victorian getaway in the stunning coastal town of Inverloch. Choose to stay in our boutique beach cabins or luxury 5-metre bell tent. The property includes access to a camp kitchen for meal prep and feasting. Stay at the Inverloch Glamping Co and discover the goodness of South Gippsland's local produce, vineyards, recreation and entertainment. And to book your stay at the Inverloch Glamping Co, head to theinverlochglampingco.com.au.
We took the very long way round from Wonthaggi to Inverloch. We've made it to the beach town of Inverloch, and it's pretty special.
Inverloch.
That's Inverloch.
We've arrived at our accommodation for the evening, the Inverloch Glamping Co. Located a short drive away from the beach and town centre, the Inverloch Glamping Co is the perfect spot to unwind after a few days on the road. I've got my pick of a glamped up tent or cosy cabin. I'm going to go glamped up tent. And now to get stuck into a good book.
Oh, you're having a little read? What are you reading there?
Yeah, just the autobiography of the person I aspire to be most in life. Matthew McConaughey. Or McConnors, as I call him. After a long day in South Gippsland, there's nothing better than a sunset bath, and they have that here too.
Oh, hello, what do we have here? It's a bath. I can't wait, it looks so amazing. It's like straight out of The Bachelor.
I'm about to have a romantic evening by myself. A little dip and sip.
Quite nice.
Oh yeah. We've had a wonderful time in South Gippsland, as if you thought it could not get any more relaxing. Oh, please. I've got my drink, I'm in the tub, and now it's time for you to get out of here. Spam! See you next time. Next time on Rediscover Victoria, we continue our journey through South Gippsland. We're off to taste some locally produced cider, spend the morning visiting beaches at Wilson's Prom, and we make sure we're being careful at Blue Tree Honey Farm.